පූජ්‍ය ආචාර්ය හේනපොළ ගුණරත්න නායක ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ ඇතුළු වැඩ සිටින සියලුම පූජ්‍ය ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේලාගෙන් අවසරයි. I seek permission of the Venerable Dr. Henapola Gunratna and other Venerable monks who are here to speak a few words. Before handing over a letter of felicitation that His Excellency President Maithripala Sirisena has sent to the Venerable Uparatana, which I will read. Before that, let me say very few words because of time constraints to mark this occasion. First, what I see is we are blessed with a great weather. That weather is, in this time of the year, is something that I think it signifies the occasion of, and I am personally very happy as the representative of Sri Lanka in this country to take part in this celebration of 50 years of monkhood of Venerable Katugastota Uparatana. Sri Lanka, as you know, and Sri Lankan monks and Sri Lankan lay people equally, has taken the lead in the world in terms of propagating Theravada Buddhism, what we call Nirmala Buddharmaya, in the Western world. I think we should all recall on this occasion in 1893 when Anagarika Dharapala spoke is the first person to introduce Theravada Buddhism into this country by speaking at the World Parliament of Religions. That's the first time American continent heard about Buddhism. Since then, there had been several great Buddhist theros who have taken the lead in explaining to the American public the value, the philosophy, the tradition and the content of Buddha Dharma, Theravada tradition. And today, to celebrate this occasion, we have a very important heroes who are on this podium. And as was mentioned by Venerable Piyaratna Thero, the Buddhist temples that started in 1965 in Washington, today has expanded to, according to him, it is 80. Our record, Venerable, is only 59. So I will have to seek my staff to find out where the other temples are. We have a record of 59. But even that, from 1965, we had first temple in Washington, and now we have 59 temples or more. That shows the contribution made by Sri Lankan Venerable monks to Theravada Buddhism and to all of you who are present by taking part, by teaching you, and by imbibing Buddhist traditions in you and your families. That's a great service that they have done. There are many names that we have to mention, but I think there's no time to mention, but at least I should recognize the main, the presence of Venerable Gunratna from Virginia, Venerable Dr. Valpola Pinanda from Los Angeles, Venerable Siriratana from New Jersey Buddhist Vihara, Venerable Dharma Siritera from Washington Buddhist Vihara, and of course Venerable Kondanja from New Jersey Buddhist Vihara, and Asharin Island Buddhist Vihara, and then of course we have Venerable Theros from other temples around. They all do a great service for the Sri Lankan, not only for Sri Lankan Buddhists, but for all. And today, Venerable Katugastota Uparatana has joined that group of monks, and we are celebrating not only his ordination, but also his service to the public and to people. On this occasion, I have the honor to read to you what President of Sri Lanka has said in his message on this occasion. As the first citizen of Sri Lanka, I offer my respect and salutation to the Most Venerable Katugastota Uparatana, Chief Judiciary Sanganayaka of the United States and the Chief Incumbent of the Maryland Buddhist Vihara in Wheaton, USA, on the 50th anniversary of his ordaining to the Buddha Sasana as a monk. Well known for his ability to influence and illuminate the spiritual path of the Sri Lankan Americans in line with Buddhist values, the Most Venerable Uparatana is a living symbol of the first advice of the Lord Buddha, Bahujana Hitaya, Bahudana Sukhaya, for the happiness of many and for the welfare of many. Following his period as a novice monk, due to his spiritual advancement and intellectual accomplishment, higher ordination was conferred upon him in 1966 under the Most Venerable Gunratana Nayaka and the Most Venerable Muriyadeni Ratnapala Mahatero. Most Venerable Katugastota Uparatana represents the new generation of erudite Mahasangha, qualified to take the message of Buddhism to a wider audience. After graduating from University of California, Venerable Uparatana traveled to the United States as an assistant to the Most Venerable Henapula Gunratana Nayaka of Washington Buddhist Vihara. Among other noble pursuits, he has been serving as the Buddhist chaplain of the American University since 1989 and taught Sinhala language and culture at the US Foreign Service Institute. That the 50 years of ecclesiastical life of Most Venerable Katugastota Uparatana is replete with service not only to Buddha Sasana but also to the Sri Lankan American community in the United States, primarily through Buddhist temples in the United States, in particular the Maryland Buddhist Vihara in Wheaton, Austin Buddhist Vihara in Pflugerville, Texas, and Austin Buddhist Center in Dalvale, Texas. And Sri Lankan Buddhist temples abroad could function as a window to Sri Lankan culture and as a platform for social, cultural interaction of all communities of Sri Lankan origin living overseas. The Mahasangha living abroad too can play a critical role in promoting social and communal harmony as well as social progress in Sri Lanka. I am pleased that Most Venerable Katugastota Uparatana has been honored both in Sri Lanka and in the United States for his service to the people. I value the efforts of Venerable Uparatana in enabling Sri Lankan Americans to mobilize with my government to embark on a new historic journey for building a reconciled, inclusive and harmonious society in Sri Lanka. On this occasion, I wish the Most Venerable Katugastota Uparatana good health and long life to continue with his religious and social service. While joining my president with this message, I would like to once again, together with all of you who are present, to wish Venerable Katugastota Uparatana long life and great years of service to the public and for the Buddha Sasana. And I have the honor to hand over the message in person to him.